But, so, what exams did you give for admissions in your university?
Wait, would you repeat the question again, please?
What exams did you give for the admission in New York University?
So one of the exams that I gave was SAT, the Scholarship Aptitude Test. It's one of the most important exams when it comes to applying to universities, particularly in US. Um, but New York University, and particularly New York University Abu Dhabi, has a policy that they could like if you have done IB, then your IB results are accepted. If you have done AP, your AP results are accepted. If you have done CBSE, you can like go with CBSE results as well. You don't necessarily have to take the SAT test, but I took it and I also did IB, and I had the option of applying to NYU Abu Dhabi with either IB or SAT or both. So it's like they give you a list of tests that you can take, and you have to submit one of them. So yeah.
Okay, nice. So, do they judge our performance based on our academics purely?
They don't judge our performance based on academics solely. Like academics is a very big factor in judging our performance, but it's not the only factor. There are many other factors that come in. Like it's a holistic review of your application. So like they look in extracurricular activities that you have done in high school. They look at all the other things that you are involved in beyond academics and beyond your classrooms, like any volunteering experience. If you have any internships, any jobs, any uh, extracurriculars that you were involved in, and then anything apart from that as well. Like if you have taken a gap year like me, then what did you do in your gap year, and how like whatever did you do, how is that adding up to your application? So they look at everything, and then there are like essays and stuff that they ask for, and it's a process that does not only include academics, even though academics is a big part of the application, but it's a holistic review. So I would say.
So, do they offer any scholarships?
They do offer scholarships. Scholarship that I have received is a full scholarship where I don't have to pay for tuition or food or even travel for that matter. Like the flights are also covered. But the cases for NYU US, uh, it's highly unlikely that you'll receive a full scholarship. For NYU Abu Dhabi, it's highly likely that you'll receive a full scholarship because it's a need-based scholarship. And apart from that, they don't look at like it's the policy for reviewing your scholarship. It's like they do not look at your performance in high school and all for considering you for scholarship. They just look at your need. Like if they are admitting you, then no matter whatever your need is for scholarship, they will avail it for you. They will provide you with that scholarship. So that's a very good policy.
Like how many? So how many IP points one need for the admissions?
But how many?
Like how many IP points? IB points. We are an IB student, right? We are IB students, right? How many IB points you will need for the admission?
Okay, so for me, I got IB points 39 out of 45. Um, I think uh, that's not a very good score for applying to schools like NYU. That's like if you review the statistics for applications to NYU Abu Dhabi, the minimum point is, or like the average point of students who apply and get admitted is 39. So I was like, I had a fair chance of getting in and an equal chance of not getting in as well. So for me, I was just like soaring the line in that case. But if you have a score above that, it's well and good, and it's highly likely that you'll get in. But again, academics is not the only factor. I have seen people who have way less score than me but got admitted because they had many other things in the application that were of very much greater importance.
So did you take TOEFL or IELTS? Is it important?
I took
The TOEFL
IELTS.
exam.
Yeah, I did took IELTS and I got 7.5. I would say that IELTS aren't necessarily required for college admissions, but they're required for visa processes and for like. So it's like if you're applying to colleges or universities in US or Canada, you will need to show your IELTS for visa, and it's like a cutoff thing. If your score is above 7 or above 6.5, you don't need to worry about that. And IELTS is not taken into consideration as to evaluate your worth as such, but it is just to see that whether you have the level of English that is capable enough for you to study in this place. So it's just like if you clear the cutoff thing, it is 6.5 for a majority of countries, then you do not need to worry about that. But like if you're looking specifically for NYU Abu Dhabi, Abu Dhabi as a country doesn't look at your IELTS when providing your study visa. So you do not necessarily need an IELTS, but it's better to give your IELTS, and you get a fair, like you get conscious of how much, like what level is your English of. So like it's better for you to do it for yourself rather than university.
Yeah. So what is the fees for NYU Abu Dhabi?
What?
Fees, fees.
Fees. Okay.
Yeah.
Fees are very much. It's 76,000 US dollars per year, which if we convert it into Indian rupees, it's nearly 48 lakhs or 49 lakhs per year. So like that's very much. It has everything in it. It has like tuition, food, living, travel, your personal expenses, and everything. And that's like one of the highest fees when it comes to universities. So that's the breakdown for the fees.
Yeah. Yeah. So why did you choose your university? Part two.
Okay, so why did I choose my university? It's firstly because of diversity, because there are students from over 120 countries, and the number of languages that they speak exceed like more than 100 languages you could see students speaking in on campus. So it's like whenever there's such diversity, you get to learn a lot. And I really mean that. I mean that, like, just if you're sitting on a dining table and just seeing how the etiquettes of different people are when they're eating food, you can detect a lot about the culture they are coming from, and the traditions and the rituals that they have while they're eating food, and a lot of things like that. So you can really identify with that, and you can really learn a lot. Like my university just started about a week ago, and we had an orientation week which is called Marhaba. And just the people I met and just the conversations that I've had, I have learned a lot from this one week. So I feel that if I spend 4 years in that place, I would learn much more than I could ever learn, like I could ever imagine. And it's because of the diversity. It's like because students are very different from one another, and they're always eager to learn much more about one another, and about where they come from and where they belong to, and how do they define themselves. That's one of the primary
Oh,
factors.
nice. So what are you studying there?
I'm planning to study a double major. It's physics and philosophy. Uh, it's a odd major combination, I know, but I really like both these subjects, and I like. I feel that it will equip me with all the skills that I need. Like physics will prepare me well for all the numeracy and data science skills and all, and philosophy will prepare me for writing, reading, speaking, and listening skills. So after I'm done with my college, I will be equipped with all the skill sets that I'll be needing, like when I'm working. So I chose those majors specifically.
Good idea, bro. So next question is, what are your school strengths?
Could you repeat that?
What are your what are your school strengths? Like what your college is good about? Like what is the strength?
Okay. So, as I said earlier, one of the major strengths is diversity, with people coming from 100 different countries and speaking 120 plus languages. And because of that enormous diversity, you get to learn a lot. So one of the major pillars of strength is diversity. I feel the second major pillar of strength is it's a very small school. It's like if you look at NYU US, it's a very big school with like many students. But if you look at NYU Abu Dhabi, it is a very small school, and there are added benefits to having a small school. It's like the students to professors ratio is around 4:1. So it's like you get to have a personal relationship with your professors and your peers alike, and it's like when you have that personal kind of relationship, it's much better for you to flourish and grow in there. So like you could reach out to professors, you could reach out to any person in NYUAD, and they will make you feel that you are welcomed here and your opinions matter. And because of that small tight knit community, everyone has access to everyone. It's not like there are some universities where we don't even get to interact with professors, but because NYUD is a very small knit school, you get to really interact with professors and learn a lot more from them beyond the classroom as well. So because of that, it adds to one of the biggest pillars of strength in my eyes.
Nice. So, what is your number one complaint about your school?
What is mine?
Number one complaint. Do you have any complaint or issues with your school?
What, I'm sorry, your voice is cracking. No idea.
Okay. Okay. But do you have any complaint about your school? Any complaint, any issue?
Any complaint? I feel that because we are a tight knit community, a very small community, we are very often limited to our own campus, and like it is like NYU Abu Dhabi is in it's in a small island called Sadiyat in Abu Dhabi, and we have this phrase called Sadiyat bubble, which means that we are limited to Sadiyat bubble and everything that happens only in Sadiyat. So it's like sometimes you feel that a small community is really beneficial for you to have very strong interpersonal relationships with one another, but at the same time it limits you a little towards extending your reach. So it's like if you are in NYU America, it is much better for you to reach many other places, like many other things are open to you. uh, Whereas in NYU Abu Dhabi, the same amount of resources opportunities you do not have access to. uh, so it's a limiting factor, and it's not exactly a complaint for me. It's a limiting factor, I believe. But at the same time, you do have access to many other opportunities and resources that you may not find anywhere else.
Yeah, yeah.
I believe it's a two-way.
Very true, very true.
Okay.
So, are you happy there?
I'm very happy there. It's like I went for a candidate weekend. It's we have a like okay, so in our application process, there's a thing called candidate weekend where you actually have to go to Abu Dhabi, and they like you see the campus, you meet all the people, and you have events and workshops and everything that will get to introduce the NYUAD to you, and you visit beaches and deserts and everything that in Abu Dhabi. So I actually went there, and like I literally fell in love with this place, uh, with the university and with its people. They're very kind and very encouraging. So I'm very happy there, even though right now I'm in India and I'll be going to Abu Dhabi in like in some days. I'm very much looking forward to going to Abu Dhabi and like experiencing all those things that I did at candidate weekend again. So,
Like, how are you managing yourself during this lockdown? Like, you cannot go to the college, so how are you studying? Like, are you studying online, or how are you
right.
managing yourself?
Yeah, so right now I'm studying online. University has started, and we have all our classes and all our events and everything online. Uh, and like because of COVID-19, obviously, and for me, because I'm from India, and India has a lot of COVID-19 cases recently. Uh, I'm because of that, I have not been able to go to Abu Dhabi, and personally, I had some passport problems, so I had to resolve them. Because of that, I'm a little late in going to Abu Dhabi. But apart from that, yeah, we'll have this semester online, and it'll be completely online, even though if you're taking it from the university campus, because not everyone will be in the university this semester, and the university knows about that, and they're trying their best to provide all of the resources and opportunities online so that we can have access to all of that.
Mhm. Okay. So, how accessible are administrators, registers, and financial aid officers to students?
I feel they are very, very accessible. It's like, again, it's because it's a small community. Everyone knows everyone, and everyone is aware of what is going on every time. And like whenever there's something new coming up, we get notifications on our emails stating that this is what is going to happen, and we can directly reach out to them through emails, and they will most likely respond in a few hours, or like at this very stretch they'll respond on that day or on another day, but they will take into account whatever you say, and they will try to make sure that they respond as quickly as possible. So I think they're very accessible, and they're very friendly as well. Like if you have any questions, even though you might believe that the question is stupid, you could just ask them and they would respond politely and kindly and consider your question to be of importance. So
That is how placement responsibility. So next question is,
hmm?
do you have any advice for admissions?
um,
Do you have any?
my advice would be that whenever you'll be considering to apply for NYU or NYU Abu Dhabi, do keep in mind that your application is reviewed holistically. And if you feel that your academics or your grades are not very good enough to be able to apply here, you always have something in your extracurriculars or as a part of your strength to be able to demonstrate to NYU Abu Dhabi. And keep in mind that they review you holistically. So they are looking at how good of a student are you, and how good of a person are you, and are you able to fit in really well with the community, and are you able to accommodate yourself and feel like a part of NYU AD and contribute to NYU AD in good ways. So it's not really about, so all they are looking for is whether you'll be able to thrive in this community. That's it. So they're not really looking for whether you've got 1600 in your ACTs or 45 in your IB. They're looking for the fact that you will be able to accommodate yourself in the community and will be of some help to NYU AD. And that's all they're looking for as far as I know, whether you'll be able to fit in really well. So just demonstrate that you will be able to fit in really well through your essays, through your personal statement, and because that will be reviewed almost as that would be considered almost as equal as your academics. So it's like if you fall back a little on academics, your essays will bring you up. It's like that.
So we have finished the college part. Now we are going to start our school part, the high school part,
Hmm.
Aga Khan Academy. Okay.
Okay.
So here is the first question. What is your contribution to your high school?
Wait, why did I?
What is your contribution to your high school?
Okay.
Your contribution, bro.
So I went to a high school called Aga Khan Academy, which is in Hyderabad. And my contributions to my high school were mainly through some of the extracurricular activities that I did there. I took a gap year after I finished my high school, and then in the gap year, I again went back to my high school and did an internship there where I was the personal assistant to the dean of students, and I helped the dean of students with his day-to-day administrative and management tasks. And I used to maintain a student database for over 600 students, and anything that has to do with students would like go through me, and it was a really great experience for me. It was my way of contributing something back to my school, and it was something where I learned a lot about myself, learned a lot about the job I was doing, and learned a lot about the community in general. like when I was a student, it was a completely different experience. And when I was an intern there after I finished my studies, it was a completely different experience. And like I uh, got to learn a lot more about the pains and struggles that teachers and administrations and everything, like all the other people that we often neglect go through. uh, and I got to relate with them a lot because I was doing the same things in my internship. So that's one of the things that I did, and there are some other things that I did, like I I uh, I made a documentary on emotion and stress management, where I interviewed students from some nearby local schools about stress and mental health and everything. And then I also did another internship through my through the AKDN network in Gujarat, right here. And like all of these experiences really made me learn a lot and challenge myself in innumerable ways, and like as in brought out the best in me. So that was what I contributed to APH.
Basically, why did you take the gap year? Like, were your predicted scores low? So you thought that I will do better in finals and maybe I will apply next year. So was it that kind of situation? Like, why
Okay,
did you take
so
it?
I took gap year for two primary reasons. The first reason was that after I completed my 12th and I applied to over like 20 universities in US, in Canada, in India, everywhere, I got admission into a maximum of universities, but I couldn't get full scholarship in any of the universities. And scholarship was one of the major deciding factors for me. Like I come from a middle class family, and I'm not able to afford the cost of a university. So because I had admission, but I did not had the money to pay to universities, I had no other option but to take a gap year and like reapply to universities where I could have a better chance of securing a scholarship. That was the first primary reason. And the second reason was I wasn't really aware of what I want to do with my life. And that resonates with I wasn't really aware of what I want to do in university as well. Like which subject do I want to choose? Which stream do I want to choose? Where do I want to go ahead in? And what was I really hoping for myself in my future? I wasn't really aware of that, and so because of that, I took the internship in my high school, and like I did a lot of things that would like, for example, I taught some classes. I was part of some workshops. I was part of some of the projects that our high school initiated, and a lot of other things that made me really think about what I really like and what I really don't like, and what is something that I could make a career out of. So because of that, I got a really clear understanding of what I want to do with my life. And so gap year benefited for me in that manner, and my perspective completely changed after my gap year. So like if you could see me before my gap year versus if you see me now, I'm completely different, and because of all the exposures and experiences that I've had in my gap year. Yeah, and I would really recommend a
Nice.
gap year if you plan to take one.
So, what are the some good universities like student can hope for a full scholarship? Like many students in India, like are middle class, they cannot afford like US colleges fees. So, what are the some good schools like NYU, Abu Dhabi, which offers full financial aid and like they will take care of the students? Do you have any colleges in your mind right now? Some colleges.
Uh, it's like no, I got aware of NYU Abu Dhabi through my counselor in high school, and she told me that it is firstly one of the best universities, and secondly it is one of the universities that gives full scholarship to a majority of its students. So for me, coming from India, from a middle class background, really hoping to get in with a scholarship, it was the best place for me to apply. And I wouldn't really say that you will essentially get in, because it's a difficult I think the admission rate is around 4 to 3%. It's like every 2 to 3% out of 100 people get in. It's like nearly um, near. It's as difficult to get into NYUAD as it's difficult to get into IIT or something. It's like nearly the same admission rate.
Mhm.
But if you do get in, there's a very high probability that you'll get a full scholarship. Like a majority of my classmates have a full scholarship, or at least a partial scholarship. So it's if you are considering scholarship, then do give a try to NYU Abu Dhabi.
So, who believed in you could succeed in your high school?
Wait, could you repeat that?
Who believed you could succeed in high school?
Um, okay, so what made me succeed in high school? Um,
I mean, yeah, I mean, who believed in you? Like teachers or like principal, who believed in you that you will succeed?
okay, so no, actually, when I came to Aga Khan Academy, which was my high school for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, I was in another school, which was Aga Khan Hostel, where I completed my 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. And Aga Khan Academy was like the highest version of the my one of my previous schools. So like my previous school was the Aga Khan School, Hyderabad. So like Aga Khan is actually a foundation which is part of not really Ismailis, but so it was like the highest the Acadian network has to offer. It was academy, so it was natural for me to apply there, and luckily I got in. And I feel that my parents really helped me with that. My parents really stood beside me and supported me. That even though it's like miles away from my home. Like my parents live in Gujarat and I went to school in Hyderabad. They were very supportive of me, saying that you will be fine and you will do well. And apart from that, my teachers will also really help me in like uh, like when I was in ninth and 10th grade, I wasn't really confident and I wasn't really able to speak up and like I was very shy and nervous, and I was always think that if I speak up, then what will others think of me, and what will they think about my opinions and my ideas? But then, because my teachers really trusted me and they really like provided me a space to open up, I became much more confident throughout my high school years. And now I'm able to speak confidently. It's just because of my teachers providing me with that space where I could open up. So it was a really good gesture from them, and I'm very thankful for them because of this.
What happened in the school that made you afraid, frustrated, and defeated?
Wait, what happened in the school that made me?
Afraid, afraid of something, or frustrated or defeated? Did something happen like that in your high school?
Uh, wait, I didn't really get the last part of the question. Did something happen in my high school that
I
made
mean,
me afraid?
afraid, frustrated, or defeated. Like sometimes you kind of feel know that you are afraid of something or frustrated in the high school, or like did it happen? Like when you felt afraid, frustrated, or defeated?
Okay. So one of the things that I was very afraid in high school is public speaking. So what happened was like, I write poems, and whenever there'll be events where there would be open mic and you could just like perform your own poetry, I was reluctant to do that. I was very hesitant to like go to the stage and speak my poetry because I felt that it was very vulnerable for me to do that, and I wasn't really like I was shy and nervous, and I was like I hated public speaking. Like it was very uncomfortable for me to go up to the stage and narrate my poetry, and it was something that I was afraid of very much. But then slowly, because I got into an environment where I could trust all the people that are listening to me, and because it was a very open space and no one would really judge you, but they would like really appreciate your efforts and really congratulate you on your courage to at least go up there and speak. So so slowly I built the confidence to go up stage and recite my poetry, even though right now I'm not very great at public speaking, but I'm trying my best and I'm improving every day. uh, and so I feel that that was one thing that I was really afraid in high school that I have managed to overcome the fear of public speaking. So that's one thing that my high school really helped
Yes,
me with.
yes, yes, bro. I also feel that you're becoming better. Maybe you are like kind of shy, and right now you're improving. Good to see you.
Thank you.
And like yesterday, I interviewed a MIT guy, an MIT guy. Like he was also kind of shy, so I could see that you in the ninth or tenth grade. Like now you have improved a lot because your teacher tested you and all. So next question is, when did you feel challenged and supported?
Uh, where do?
When did you feel challenged and supported at your high school?
Okay. So I felt challenged a lot of times in my high school. Like, for example, we have MUNs, like Model United Nations, where there's an agenda that we have to speak on and represent a country. Uh, and it's like a debate thing. So, like, if you have a strong opinion or something, and if you speak that up, then you will be challenged by like thousand other students who would say that no, it isn't right, or whatever you're saying doesn't make any sense, or it is stupid to believe in these things. So it's like you have to really be firm at that time and stand your ground and say this is what I believe in, and it is not stupid, and this is what I really like. This is I stand up for what I believe in. So that's a very
Nice.
crucial thing that you have to do, I think, because like everyone will challenge your thoughts and your opinions. Like if you come from India, I'm not trying to stereotype anything, but if you come from India, there'll be
Yeah.
people like your relatives and your some of your friends or even your parents that would criticize you or label you as something that is not really like they will look down upon you and they will stigmatize your mistakes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yes,
I think
bro. That is this is very common, and I also experienced that, so I can understand.
yeah, definitely. So it's like
Yeah.
if you can relate to it, then you can also relate to the fact that it's you who have to take a step towards that. It's like if you firmly believe that
Yeah.
you are confident in your abilities and whatever you're doing is true to yourself, then you don't really have to take their word, even though like they're saying every time you meet them and all. So they're challenging your own ability and they're challenging your like they're really like trying to uh, make you look down, but then those are the very important moments where you have to stand up for yourself because
I
you've
think
been challenged.
I
And
think the, it also has a positive effect. You if you prove yourself, like they would say something and you prove them wrong, so obviously you are going to feel confident, and it is going to make you a better person for sure. So like it is kind of a challenge you accept and see.
definitely, I completely agree with that. It's like you have to have a positive attitude. So only then you'll be
Yeah.
able to like reconcile with all the challenges that you will face.
Yeah. So that is what you can do if you are Indian. Take it as a challenge. You don't have a lot of
Take
options,
it
right?
as a challenge, yeah. Prove it to them.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, who inspired you in the school?
Um, mm, I think a lot of people really inspired me in my school. I just take an example here. Some of my friends were really, really helpful to me in my school. So, like, a lot of the times when you say something, you are bound to be challenged by your friends because your friends will raise questions against it. And when someone raises questions against what you are saying or what you believe in, you will be forced to consider a different perspective. It's like
Yeah,
I
true.
would just give a random example. So it's like if you feel that eating meat is not good, and if some of your friends feel that eating meat is good and tasty and all, then you will really have to debate your opinion versus their opinion, and then
Yeah.
just because of the debate, you'll be forced into questioning your own stance and their stance. So that will be moments where you will feel challenged, but at the same time, like you will learn a lot from there. And because of that learning, that's really a kind of support. It's like you both question each other, and because of the questions, you both are forced into having a different perspective, and because of that, you learn and grow, and that's a kind of support. You mutually grow together for that.
So like, who helped you bounce back from your setbacks?
Um, no, my physics teacher, I would say, and it's because like when I started out my high school, I got very low grades. I got like 2 out of 7 in my like we have parameters up to 7 in IB, so I got like
Mm.
2 on 7
Yeah,
in my math and like 3 in my chem, and I was really bad in those subjects, and so like I approached my physics teacher and I showed him, like he was very close to me and he really understood me. So I went to him and like he took a look at my grades and everything, and then he told me that this grades doesn't really define you. It's just a factor to be like it shouldn't be considered the sole factor of your value. Like like times change and slowly you will improve and get better on it. What you have to look forward for is just to improve, and how do you like make your best and make your best case, and how do you improve in these subjects, how do you study. You don't really have to regret the fact that you got a 2 out of 7 in math HL. Like if you regret that, you are like closing the doors of opportunities for you that you could learn and improve. So like in my ninth grade I got 2s and 3s, and in my like 12th grade because of all the support from my high school and my physics teacher and all, I got like 6s and 7s and all. So like I really improved and the graph really showed progress over time. So
yeah, good to see. So, who was always happy to speak with you at school?
sorry.
Who was who was always happy to speak to you?
Okay.
Like anytime you would go there and they would like to speak to you about something if you have an issue or something.
Okay. So when it came to teachers, I was very close to my physics teacher and my Hindi teacher, and they were always ready to speak with me. And like they could not only discuss about like the subjects and assignments and everything, they would also discuss about like topics beyond the classroom, such as how to deal with high school and how to deal with all the fears and all, how to make a career and how to deal with the setbacks that you encounter in life. And we would have conversations regarding all of these topics like every now and then. And because of that, you could really feel that your teachers are not really your teachers, but they're also your friends, and you could approach them and have a conversation with them, and they could share their experience with you. And it's really wonderful for you to know their experience and learn a lot from it. um, and apart from teachers, my friends were also very approachable, and I could go and talk to them about anything because they are in the same boat and they are feeling the same things as me. Like if I'm feeling that the assignments are overwhelming and I have a lot to do in very less time, they are also going to the same thing and they also have a lot to do in the exact same time. So they can really feel you and they can really understand what you are going through. And like when someone can do that, you are much more in safe hands. I think you are in much better position because they can relate to you and you don't feel like you feel
Yeah,
validated for your piece. So
yeah,
that
that's true. So, when did you feel it is okay to make mistake in high school? You might have made mistakes in high school. So, when did you feel it is okay to make mistake?
okay. So I think I have made a lot of mistakes in my high school, and like as I'm starting university, I feel that I will also make a lot of mistakes in my university. But I feel that mistakes should not be looked down upon because they are the opportunities for learning and for growth. I feel that like whenever there'll be a lot of new things coming your way when you will go to high school or college, and you will be very overwhelmed by it. You will feel like that's a lot that you need to do, and you like while trying to navigate your way through high school and through college, you will often make mistakes. But then after you have made a mistake, you will really learn from that. So it's like if I could recall some of the mistakes that I did. Uh, I feel that when I came in high school in my ninth grade, I was a very shy person. I didn't used to talk to any of the people, and I used to just like be an academic nerd and like hide behind books and everything. Uh, and because of that, I didn't really got to know a lot about my peers and my teachers and everything. Uh, like I used to be in library all the time or in my dorm or something. That's now I feel like looking back at my high school, I feel that that was one of the mistakes that I made because firstly you create an image. It's like people perceive you as you are something not very approachable, and they don't really come up to you for anything if you create an image like that. And I had created that image that it took really long for me to destroy that image and create a new image. um, so that was one of the primary mistakes that I made, and I don't recommend it. Like you have to balance everything out, not just academics, but like at the same time socializing, talking with your friends, and like taking some time out for yourself. That's really important. So that's one of my tips as well.
So, what are your weaknesses? You already told that you were shy, that this is your weakness, this was your weakness. So, what subject did you enjoy the most in high school and why?
I enjoyed most in high school. I feel that when I look back at my high school and I could recall all the things that happened, the things that I remember the most are the fun time I had with my friends and all the mischievous things that we did together. Like, like I remember playing cricket with my friends. I remember like playing some other games like board games like Mafia, and I remember like the fun we have at dinner table and everything. I don't really remember any of my math class, to be very honest. I don't remember majority of my classes that I had. I remember all the things that we did together as friends. And because I was an academic nerd, I really felt that I could have taken more time out for my friends and for doing something that I really enjoy, like playing games and just having fun with friends. Because like right now, when you go out of high school, you feel that that's one of the things that you miss the most about high school. And and later you feel that I could have done more of that and I didn't, so that was a mistake. But then those are the times where you enjoy the most as well, and like it's never enough. The more you do, the more enjoyment you get out of it.
So, do you miss your high school? Like, what do you miss your high school, or are you excited about college? What feeling you have more now? Excited about college or missing high school?
Um, no, actually, we had like no, as I said earlier, I was very shy and all. So whenever we had like dance parties or something, I didn't used to go there. And we had like events where you used to sing along everyone, and like everyone will be there and they'll just like dance and sing and like have a party or something. And because I was introverted and I was hesitant enough to go there, I feel that if I would have more of that, I would have socialized more. Then the time would be a little different. Not very much different, but it would be a little different, and I would have more moments to cherish right now.
Yeah. So, what subject did you like the least and why?
Uh, it is very ironic for me to say that I love physics, but I hate math. It's it's like you can't
Me
really
too.
uh, it's like you can't really study physics without the math. But I don't
Yeah.
really like math, but I love physics. It's
Yeah.
like um,
Yeah. Physics, physics theory is interesting, no? Theory and derivations also, but you need some maths to try the big derivations, right?
true,
Yeah. So this is ironic for me also. I hate maths.
definitely.
Love physics. So, okay, next question is, how do you like to spend your free time? I mean, how did you like to spend your free time when you were in high school?
Okay. So free time for us was probably in weekends. So in weekends, what we used to do is the first thing we used to play a lot. We used to like either play cricket or in our dorms also, like we used to play dorm cricket. It was a kind of game where it's like um, someone is batting and you are bowling, and there's a limited boundary that's created, and then it's like one tip one and out type of rules, and like within a very limited space you play cricket, or else we used to play some board games like carom, and or else we used to watch TV and do that stuff. And that's what I really remember. And one of the things is like every day we used to get either tea or coffee, uh, or milk at night, like at 10 o'clock. And when the milk and cookies would come, everyone would get down from their rooms and like have a great time with their friends while having tea and cookies. So that was like a relief moment for us. That was like after everything that we had done with our day, we could like sit back and relax and have our tea and cookies and just like talk to our friends and enjoy that brief moment of time. So that was really fun for us at that time.
So, if I ask your friends to describe you, what would they say?
Um, if you ask my friends to describe me, I think they would probably say that I'm someone who likes to think a lot. Like I'm someone who gives good answers. I think that some, like for me, I'm a very paradoxical person when it comes to that. Like I am sometimes very intellectual, and at the same time I'm very gullible. Like I'm like I can easily be manipulated by people, but at the same time I can easily manipulate others. So it's a very
Wow.
it's a very the combination is very like different, unusual, I think. Because of that, there's no real one way of describing, I think. uh, but like they would probably describe me on some of that light, that I'm very paradoxical as such. Sometimes I'm very very open,
Maybe
very enjoyable, sometimes I'm very down and low.
3 words for you, improving all the time.
3 words for me.
Huh?
uh,
Improving all the time, maybe they will say, because they don't have much thing to say, they will be confused and they will be like, he's improving all the time. He improved in the physics, he improved in social gatherings and all, maybe improving right now. Next thing, what have you read recently?
what why
What have you read recently? Are you reading something nowadays?
right now, uh, into like I was into volunteering when I was in high school. Like we used to go to an orphanage and we used to conduct sessions. Sometimes it would be a quiz, sometimes it would be a drama, sometimes it would be just playing with them, sometimes it would be some studies or something. So we used to do that, and we really used to like cherish our time. And the students, the orphanage people, also really used to enjoy us coming there and like having great time with them. So that's one of the volunteering activities that I did. And like after you complete your volunteering activities, it's like there's a sense of impact that you can see in the children. Like the very first day of going to volunteering and the very last day, things have changed a lot. At the first day, the students, the orphanage people are very scared to talk to you, to come to you, and they feel like uh, why are they here and what are they going to do and everything. And at the very last day, they are not even willing to say you goodbye, and they are like, no, we had very much fun with you, and like they have bonded, like we have bonded like friends and stuff. So like seeing that transition and seeing that growth after a while, after you do that volunteering thing, is really really impactful, and you really feel a sense of happiness when you see that.
Okay. Okay, so how far is that orphanage home from your home or from your school?
It was an orphanage called Vejbai Bal Nivas. It is in Hyderabad, and it is somewhat near to my school.
So do you still go sometimes there just to say hi to your, just to hi to, just to say hi to them, like when you miss them?
I really hoped I could do that, but like the thing is, I have
Mm.
come back to my home in Gujarat, and I can't really go there now because
Okay,
of
okay,
COVID-19.
okay,
And
okay.
like since I left my high school, I, I went for gap year, and like after I did my internship and everything, I came back here, and in March COVID-19 started, and since then I haven't
Mm.
like been to Hyderabad. Otherwise, I would love to go to the Bal Nivas and like interact children there.
So, what has been your biggest challenge at school? What was your biggest challenge?
Um, I think the biggest challenge for me was, uh, I think, as I said earlier, I was a kind of an academic nerd. I don't really used to talk to people that
Mm.
often, and just breaking that barrier, like it was beyond my comfort zone, and like I felt a sense of discomfort whenever someone would approach me and have a small talk with me. I would feel like, why do I have to do this, and why is this person talking to me or something? I was like that kind of shy and introverted person. But like that was one of the biggest challenge that I had to encounter in my high school, because I felt the need to communicate effectively. I felt that if I wouldn't be able to communicate with my peers and my teachers, I wouldn't really be like, I would just then flow along with what happens to me. I wouldn't really be able to create any change or create any impact, or like leave my mark upon the school, or like be impacted for that matter. So I felt the need to open up and to speak, and because of that, that was one of the hardest challenge for me to overcome.
So, last question. What is your definition of a good teacher?
What,
What is your definition? What is your definition for a good teacher? Of a good teacher? Sorry.
okay, so what is my definition of a good teacher? Uh, that's a very interesting question, I think. I think that a good teacher connects with you on a personal level, on a deep level. It's like, it's not just professionalism that they always have to show. It's not just like they come to the class and they teach you and then they go, and then there's no relation between you and them. A good teacher is like, even after class, they're ready to help you, and they're ready to listen to your, like, no matter how stupid your question is, or no matter how dumb your question is, they're really willing to listen to you, and they're trying the best to help you out in any possible way. So like for example, my physics teacher used to take time out from his own schedule to help me with my assignments and stuff. So I think that's a very small gesture, but that goes really long way. It goes on to show that you really care for the student, and you really feel for that person, and you really want to see that student grow and develop. So just that little small gestures of care and love uh, would really go a long way in making your student feel that feel validated, and just like it's kind of a support system that the student can build around himself, that the teacher can provide. And that's like one of the best support systems for you to grow and develop. Like whenever you feel a setback or something, you can always rely on that teacher, and you can count on them. So that's my definition of a good teacher.
So, I think we have covered the high school part also. So, interview then, bro. It was nice talking to you, and like your views on high school and life in general would help people who would watch you.
Uh,
You
it
can
was
stop recording now.
it was really nice talking to you as well, and I really hope that whatever we have talked about would be of any help to people who are watching this. So yeah, I could stop the recording now, and